So you're remodeling your kitchen and now it's time to install the microwave oven. Well, in this video today, folks, we're going to show you everything you need to know to properly install a microwave oven and to place it up here on the wall so that it will stay properly. We're going to give you all the tips and tricks, and we're also going to give you things to avoid, and it all starts right now. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're following all of the instructions, even for opening the box, because this particular manufacturer, for example, wants you to open it up, take out everything that's in here, and then flip out all of the flaps, and then turn it upside down, and then pull the box up. So sometimes you'll see special instructions on the box itself before you even open it, telling you what to do. Make sure you adhere to those to the T. Now, if you have to uninstall your old microwave oven, here's what you do. There's two things you have to keep in mind. So first of all, you open up these two cabinet doors above your microwave oven. So then when you open the cabinets there, you'll see there's usually two big bolts, one on the left side and one way over on the right side. And these need to be unscrewed after you unplug the microwave oven, of course. You can unscrew these two bolts, and these are what are holding the microwave up to this upper cabinet. And then the microwave itself is sitting on a bracket underneath. Right, so you need two people to do this because these microwaves are very heavy. So one person has to stand under it and hold it while you unscrew the two bolts. And once you unscrew the two bolts, two people need to lower this. Two of you lift it up off of the bracket. Here is the view underneath your microwave oven. And virtually every microwave oven, there's a bracket. You see right there, that silver bracket that is mounted to the wall. And your microwave oven usually has 4 slots on the bottom of it, and they sit on these tabs in the bracket. So that's one thing to remember, is that once we go to get the microwave oven out, it's going to fall forward like this, and you have to go up and out, and that's why it takes 2 people to do this. Do not do this with one person. You will not be able to do this by yourself. Now, before you begin to install your microwave oven, remember there's 3 different install modes. There's what we call recirculating mode, number 1. There's a rear venting inducting mode going to the outside, or there's maybe a top mode as well. So there's 3 different modes. So for example, here on this rear wall, if you had a rear duct, you would be installing this exhaust damper on the back side of the microwave oven. The duct in there, it would mate up to it. And likewise, if you had one on the top, this would get installed on the top of the unit. So it would have a hole in the bottom of your cabinet here, a big square hole like this that matches this, and it would mate up to your ductwork up there. Now, in this case, we don't have either of them, so we don't need this piece, and we're going to be installing this in recirculating mode, where we just hang it here on the wall, and that's it. Okay, now this right here, folks, this is the single most important item in the box, because this template, this is your rear template. You're going to tape this onto the rear wall, and this has the exact perfect dimensions of where everything is located for you. See, there's dotted lines around the edge. You have to take scissors and cut all the way around these dotted lines so that you can have this exact perfect shape that exactly matches the dimensions of the back of your microwave oven. So when you lay it out here, because when you go to fit this up there, this is taking the place of your microwave oven. So you can see the dotted line ends right on the edge of the microwave oven there. And then as you follow it down back this way, the other end of it ends right there. So that's why you have to cut right where the arrows show. You have to cut right along those dotted lines. I want you to avoid a common mistake here. You might be tempted to slide this all the way up against the wall, and that's going to be wrong in some cases, because see right here, we have this part of the cabinet sticking out right here about 3/16 of an inch. So your microwave oven is not going to fit in over here, it's going to fit in over here, which if you go right by this position right here on this edge, it's sticking out about 3/16. So I usually like to come out about 1/4 of an inch. And in fact, it's going to line up right with the bottom of this cabinet right here. See these close-ups here that I'm showing you? So you have it lined up right here, which is about 1/4 of an inch or so away. See, do not do it like that unless you're absolutely sure that there is nothing sticking out on that adjacent cabinet there. See that? See, so here's where I'm going to line it up, is right on that edge. Okay, now there's 2 ways you could level this. So right here, I'll duck out of the way for a second. I'm using my self-leveling laser that I was using on the cabinets. And I realize not everybody has that, but I'm just going to show you both methods here. So if you're doing it with the laser, it would help you to guide how to tape this to the wall so that the laser line, see, it goes right along the top of my bracket, and you'll just set it so that it's completely lined up with that laser line there. So in this case, we would go like that, see. Now, if you didn't have a laser, you just use a 2-foot level. And you need to make sure that that top of that bracket is exactly level right here in the middle, so that when you go to tape this paper to the wall, you know that your microwave oven will be completely level. So this right here is one of your more critical measurements. Do not mess this up. Now your template is taped to the wall, it's perfectly level, and it's ready to go. And you know what else I can do? I can swivel my laser over to the center line just to make sure that we're centered and level in both directions. Okay, so here we can see it's perfectly level left to right, and it's perfectly level straight up and down. And actually, if you look, you can see that the green laser line goes straight up the middle. So you can really see how this Milwaukee self-leveling laser really helped us out to find that midpoint. Because as soon as we lined it up with that center point of the template, look how it goes straight directly up in between the 2 doors. See if I can't get it right in there for you to see. It might be a little hard. There it is right there. See the green line? It just goes right through the smack dab into the center. You can't get it any more perfect than that, folks. Nobody can come in here and tell you, oh, you did a bad job, oh, that thing's not centered, because it is. Okay, and just a reminder too, if you have any vertical offsets at the bottom of this cabinet, you have to adjust your vertical depth according to that offset, remember, okay? So you wouldn't want to try to line it up to this surface. You want to do it to this surface here, wherever there's an under. Now that we have the template up and we're ready to mount the bracket here, what we have to do is figure out where we're going to drill our holes. And you always want to get through 2 studs. Now, the other thing we did here, because we were in full control of this remodel, before we put the wall up, I put up what's known as cabinet blocking. And what that is we've put in extra pieces of wood that go across here. We cut wood that go across between the studs, and so that we're guaranteed that no matter where we put a hole anywhere on this bracket, we're going to hit wood no matter what. That's the ideal situation. Anytime you can do that when you're remodeling, to always add cabinet blocking. And in fact, we did it all over here, as you can see by this picture here on the screen. We did it all over here for all of the cabinets so that we could easily run screws through our cabinets and always be guaranteed to hit wood. But supposing you don't have cabinet blocking, well, we know where our studs are. There's one here and one here. But see, you can go like this here to find your studs. See? So all we have to do is, we know we're going to figure out one of these holes here across this stud will enable us to screw right through there, and we'll hit one stud. And then, of course, there's the other one in the corner. And then here you can find our cabinet blocking that we put in, see? So we know it's going across. I did 2x6 inch cabinet blocking. So there it is right there. So as long as I put a screw anywhere in here along this cabinet block, I'll be fine. So I'm set. I can drill any one of these I want and I'm good to go. If you don't have that, then you have to find the middle of your studs. And if you have like bare screws open like this, like that's a dead giveaway. Or when you see the drywall mud going up from the screws, that's how you know too. Okay, so I've got my 4 holes drilled here. So one's in that stud. C right here is in the cabinet block, and so are these other ones. And I'm going to put another one in this stud right here too. Let me see, how far can I go? I could probably get away with going to right here. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. So I got this screw into the stud, this screw into this stud, and these other two are just going to go into the cabinet block. Okay, the bracket is now securely on there. And as we check our finished work, you can see how perfect the laser is along the top here, and then right smack in the middle, and of course it goes all the way up and in between the two doors. And then you can double check it with your spirit level and see that you're perfectly in the center there. So we are ready to hang it. Okay, so remember there's two templates. We finished the one on the rear wall, and now this one goes on the bottom of the cabinet above. And you have to be real critical with this one. Stretch it out nice and make sure it's completely lined up, center line here to the center line, right? Because this determines where you're going to drill your two holes for your screws that are going to be up in the upper cabinet that come through that upper cabinet and screw down into the top of the microwave. So these are your two most critical. And then over here you have your 2-inch round hole for your plug. That one's okay, but it does need to be right where it says that it's going to be. And then of course if you're doing your ducting, you would cut the hole here in the bottom of the cabinet for your ducting. But remember, we are not doing that here. Okay, so we need our 2-inch hole saw, and then we have this part here. We'll connect the two here, and this will connect it up to the drill. Okay, now for the power cord hole, I'm just going to drill the pilot hole. I'm not going to drill the regular hole yet. So that's all I wanted to do. Okay, I just wanted to get the pilot bit up in there so that we know where the hole's going to be. Because I don't want to try to do this hole saw through the paper. All right, so I'm going to drill these two holes here. These are 3/8. Okay, so now we're going to do the hole, but I use a more conservative approach here. What I do is I'm going to score the bottom first. See, I don't go all the way through, I just score it. And then I'll do the same thing on the top, aligning it to the same pilot holder. That way we're guaranteed to have a nice smooth cut. There won't be any blowouts in the wood. What?
Looking good.
There we have it. Now we always make sure that the two screws are right next to where the screw holes are going to be, because when you get this microwave oven up here, one person's going to be holding it for you, desperately waiting for you to get those screws in there and lined up and ready to go. Actually, if we can just lift it up onto the thing and just, is it sitting? No.
Did you look?
Yeah, it's up above it.
You know when it's in the hole. Come on.
It's
Not. You gotta go. Oh, which way?
over to the left. I think over to the left.
What's that?
Let's see. Yeah, it's in.
It's in?
Yeah. Okay, now don't push up. Let me just squeeze this thing up in there. Just hang on to it for a sec.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now. There we go. Just stick it right in through here. There we go. Okay, so we've done one side, and now we're going to do the other side. Now, take special note. See that gap there? As you screw down and tighten this screw, this machine bolt, you'll see it suck the... Pulls it right up there and closes that gap. So that's what you want to look for there. Now don't worry if you don't have an absolutely perfect gap across the top, because you know these are sheet metal and they ripple a little bit. Okay, and we have one of the modern code required where you have the shutter in there. So that's a child protective, tamper-proof outlet, tamper-resistant probably. Let's see if it works. What? Yeah, so we are on and off to the races. And the Fat Max says it all, folks. It ain't over till the Fat Max sings. So nice and level there. We're very happy with our install. Okay, then you put your wheel guide on there. And then the rotating plate. Line it up until it lands on it there. There you go. And you're set. Then you put your little grills on there. There's one on either side there. Those little filters, which do absolutely zero. Well, there you have it, folks. Another textbook perfect install. So if you're finding this video useful so far, hey, would you do us a favor, please? Give us a thumbs up down below that tells us that you like us. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, folks, all I can say is, why haven't you? You can see all of the great world-class videos that we've uploaded for you. We cover all sorts of remodeling projects around your house. We cover kitchen remodeling, and as you saw here, the microwave install, kitchen cabinet installations. We cover all sorts of bathroom remodeling. We cover tiling floors around your house. And we also cover, laminate flooring. And we also cover all sorts of engineering disasters, and you can see all of the tool review videos that we do for you, and we do drop testing as well on them. And then we're also very well known for our shop with me's in the big box hardware stores, finding you the best tool deals out there. So make sure you click on that subscribe button down below, because after all, it's free, folks. And when you do that, make sure you click that little gray bell icon next to it. That tells YouTube to alert you whenever we upload a video, because you've seen our videos. You know you don't want to miss one of ours. They're very nice. So thank you so much for tuning in with us this week, folks, and we will see you on the next one.